Hi everyone, welcome to an Area 49 workshop. Today we're going to be talking about video editing basics in Adobe Premiere Pro. This program, along with the rest of the entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite, is available in the Multimedia Lab of Area 49. This is on the second floor of Atkins Library. That lab is one of our technology spaces that we offer within Area 49. These programs and machines are available for students, faculty, and staff. As you can see on my desktop here, I've got two different files. I've got a video file and audio file. It's actually a music file that we're going to be using. But first, we want to start setting up our folders and get everything a little bit more organized. I'm going to start off by creating a new folder on the desktop and titling this the date. So we want to start 2022, and then today is the 17th of June. And then we can name it whatever we want to name it. I'm just going to name it tutorial video. And then within this folder, I'm going to create a couple more. Going to create one called Premiere, one titled Exports, one titled Audio, and one titled Footage. And this is just going to keep everything clean and organized. If we ever need to go back and edit anything or add footage, like say we recorded some more footage or got a different music track, we can go and just put those files into these folders. Now I'm going to open up my footage folder and then just drag this video file into that. And same for the audio. If you ever move these files or folders, you will have to relink them within Premiere Pro. They will show up as media offline and they'll be read within the program, but you can just right click on them, click link media, and then choose the location where you've moved them to, and everything will act normally. So everything's organized and good to go. Let's go ahead and open up Premiere Pro. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you first open it up. I will say all of Adobe's programs have this awesome Learn tab here that you can click on, and there's a lot of built-in tutorials that are super helpful. Beginner, intermediate, advanced stuff if you want to just delve in a little bit deeper. But for today, we're just going to click on Home and then create a new project here. We're going to want to click on our desktop, and also for the project location, we want to click this drop down, click on choose location, and change that to the folder that we created on our desktop. So we're going to click into that project folder and then click on to Premiere. So this is going to house our project file. So if we ever want to go back and change anything, we'll just go find this project file, click on it, and it will open up Premiere and show, our edit and anything that we've changed. And we can go back and make changes and export more files if you want. But click choose here, and then we can name our project, tutorial video works. And then we want to actually click inside this folder, and it's going to show our folders that we created on the desktop. So audio, exports, footage, and Premiere. We want to check footage and audio. And now that these are checked, we want to click create, and it's going to automatically import all of our video footage and our audio into the project. It's importing the files now, and they're in this bottom left-hand panel. So this is kind of what the interface looks like. For some reason, it looks a little bit different than this. Make sure when you click on Window Workspaces, you're in the editing workspace. It's going to look like this. We've got our 4 boxes. Right here's our timeline in the bottom right. So this is where we're actually going to be editing, chopping up things, rearranging things. The top right is going to be our viewer, so we can see kind of our edit and what we're doing. The top left is where we can edit some things, the size of our video or the position of it or the volume of our music, things like that. But first we want to get something into our timeline here. So what we're going to do is click on the video file, just drag and drop it in, and this is going to create what's called a sequence. So this is sort of your editable area where you can go in and cut things up and rearrange things and drag things around, add in your music, things like that. But for right now, we'll just drag that to the left. We also have our playhead here, which is this blue line, which we can click on and drag, sort of scrub through our media and see what our video looks like. And so now we've got our video file in here, we have the audio for it, but we also want our audio from our music track in there as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click and drag this on the layer below it. So this gray line right here on the timeline is the split of the timeline visually and audibly. Anything here and up is gonna be your visual layers, and then anything here down is gonna be your audio layers. And you can add more of these if you've got like a bunch of different audio tracks or, some images that you want above your video, something like that. You can have many of these. For today, we're just going to be working with these 2 files to simplify things, but you can get as complicated as you want. So we have our footage here. We've got our audio here for the footage and then the audio for the music. I already know that this music track is going to be loud and overbearing compared to my vocals within the video. So what I want to do is lower the volume of this background music. And to do that, I'm going to want to click on it. And then up in the top left here, you see volume up under audio. And then you've got this 0 decibels here, What I want to do is go and click on that and then change that to -35. That's going to drop it down quite a bit. I'll play this here so you can see the difference. So this is the Canon 50mm lens. Lens cap. So you can hear my voice compared to the music. Initially it was like this. Yeah, you can see over here the audio is clipping. When it's going red, up into the red, up here on the right, these are your audio levels. That means it's way too loud. So you can't even hear my voice. So the tool that we've been using so far is just the arrow tool, which is called the selection tool. Another very popular tool that's used a lot in video editing is called the razor tool. There's one of these in Final Cut Pro. There's obviously one in this program, Premiere Pro, but other video editors, they all kind of have this razor tool to cut things up, to split clips in half, and to rearrange things and move things around. But basically wherever you make a cut using the razor tool, it's going to split that clip right where you cut it. So say we wanted like this second half in the front. Now that we've made a cut there, you can click, drag this clip to the second half, click on that empty space, delete it, click on this gap, delete it, and it's shifted the clips around. So now what was the second part of the clip is in the front half and vice versa. A good example for this would be, say you were recording a video and forgot to record the intro to your video to the very end. You could go to that section, make a cut with the razor tool at the end, and then click and drag that to the beginning of your video. It's also a great tool to go in and cut out mistakes within your clip as well. So say you, I don't know, messed up, you said something that you didn't mean to, or you just had a bad take. You can go in, use the razor tool, find that little mistake, say it was like right here. You can click on either side of it, then select it, delete it, select the gap, delete that, it shifts everything over, and now that little mistake is gone. As you can tell right now, our audio track is really long and it doesn't match up with the length of our video. There's a couple different ways we can shorten this. We can use the razor tool just like we did before and click here at the end and then get our selection tool, select that part that we don't need and just delete that. I'll go ahead and undo that. Another way to shorten clips is if you hover over the beginning or end of it and you get this red arrow. And so when that pops up, you can just click on the end of it and drag it. Super quick and easy. So say we get to a point within our edit where we're happy with the organization of everything. We want to add a title. What we're going to want to do is click and select everything, drag it over a little bit. And we're going to want to go into a different workspace. For this, we're going to click on Window, Workspaces, Captions, and Graphics. It's going to take a second to load. Now we want to take our playhead, drag it over here to the beginning. I'm going to click on this type tool and then click within our frame. We can just start typing. To change the size and font, make sure we highlight what we've typed. And over here on the right, we've got a lot of different options. Say we want Helvetica, bold, and right here is your font size. You can type in a font or you can click and drag this till you're happy. This align section here is very helpful too. If you click on these two right here, it will automatically align your text horizontally and vertically. You can also change the color of your font with fill. You can add effects like stroke, which is an outline, or shadow, which will add a drop shadow. Today, we're just gonna go with this clean look. If you notice down here in the timeline too, you have this pink box. So this is your actual title right here. We can drag the end of it to make it last longer or shorter. I think the default is a couple seconds. So we'll just undo that and keep it at the default. Now we wanna go back to our editing workspace. So we're gonna click on Window, Workspaces, Editing. And to finish up our edit, we're just going to add in a few visual and audio transitions to make everything look a little bit more professional. To do that, we're going to use this bottom left-hand panel. We're going to click on the Effects tab. A very popular video transition is a dissolve. Today, we're going to be using one called Dip to Black, and it's basically a fade in or a fade out at the beginning or the end of your clip. To get to that, we're going to click on this little arrow beside video transitions. We're going to click on the one beside dissolve. Got a lot of options in here, but we're going to click and drag Dip to Black on the beginning and end of our clips. So the beginning and end of our title, the beginning and end of our video clips. We don't have to do it here, but just at the beginning and end. And so let's go ahead and get rid of these gaps. You could just click on them and delete them to shift everything over. I'm gonna turn the audio down so it's not so overbearing and press play. So you see it's subtle, but it fades in, fades out, the footage fades in, we're going straight into the action. I'm gonna drag over here to the end. Same thing happens at the end of the clip. Fade out. Now that we have this visual fade in, fade out, I wanna match that with the audio. To do that, we're gonna go back into the effects panel over here and click the arrow beside audio transitions, crossfade, and add an exponential fade to the end in the beginning of our music track, and the same for our voice. I actually think I want to shift the music over so that starts when the video starts. And I'm going to click and drag this so it matches up with the end. Okay. Once we get to a point where we're happy with the edit, how it sounds, how it looks, now we want to export it from Premiere. So it's going to create a video for us that we can upload to YouTube or submit to a class assignment or something like that. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're clicked into this timeline to where it's highlighted in blue around it. We're going to click on File, then Export Media. It's going to bring up this separate window. We're going to have to change a few things. Change the file name. So this is going to be the name of the video file. I'm going to click on this blue text by location. Now we can make sure we're on the desktop and click on the folder that we created earlier. Click into Exports and click Choose. So the video file is going to be sent to that Exports folder. Next, we want to make sure the format is H.264. This is a good format where it's high quality, but it's not going to make your file sizes huge. We want to fan out this video section here. Click on More. You don't have to click on these, but if you click on Render at maximum depth and use maximum render quality, your quality is just going to look a little bit better. Next, go to the bottom right and click on Export. Ours is a pretty short clip, less than a minute. Take maybe 20 seconds or so. All right, we got the notification in the bottom right. It says that it was exported successfully. Now we can minimize Premiere. So inside our exports folder, our video file should be there. There it is. We can open that in QuickTime and preview it. Hit play. The Canon 50mm lens. So again, we had the fade in at the beginning with the text and title. We'll have it at the end, and the music will fade out too. It's subtle, but it makes it look a little bit more professional. We also have another helpful video that goes over creating captions for videos. I'll link that in the description below. And that's going to wrap up our workshop today. Hope you guys were able to learn something new and Premiere's a little bit less intimidating. Again, in the multimedia lab of Area 49, we have the entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite, including Premiere Pro, free to use. Whenever the library is open, this space will be open. There's 10 iMacs within the space. There's no reservation process for those machines, so they're just first come, first served. So whenever you need to work on a multimedia project, just come in and check us out.